Hey everybody, today we're talking about starting a lawn care and landscape business, and we're going to go over several different things. We're going to go over one, the focus, two, the amount that you kind of must push this, and three, we're going to really be hitting on then what you do to continue making this better and better and better. And so this is really coming from my experience of starting a second landscape company here in Florida, being able to go in the first 9 months and go out and do, I think we did somewhere 400, north of 400. So we did, I think, $480,000 in the first 9 months of business. And, we didn't start until partially into the year. So it wasn't a full calendar year. In the second calendar year, we were able to do $1.5 million. And then the following year, we did 2.5. And then the year after that was last year, which was kind of a drag because both of our companies just didn't grow as much. And we did the first year ever of kind of flatlining, right? But when you're getting started, and that's what we're talking about today, it is really, really easy to use some simple principles, apply those, and grow your company. And then those still apply. I look back at the 2024, us more flatlining. I see reasons like economy and election and all these other things outside of marketing and some changes we're making internally. And it allows me to look back to these pointers I'm going to give you today, focus down on those even more. And now in 2025, we've had the best first 2 months in our Florida location ever by far. So let's get right into this. First, what's your focus if you're starting a company? It's three freaking things. This is the holy grail, right? You're going to focus on marketing, you're going to focus on sales, and you're going to focus on production. And it doesn't matter if you're alone or not, because when you first start out, me just doing it myself, that's what I'm focusing on. I got to get people to know me. So I'm going to hand out door hangers, put out yard signs, knock doors, whatever I've got to do to then go do work, or actually meet someone to sell work to. And so I've really got to focus on the sales process. How do I make that better? How do I understand it? How to marry my mind to what that looks like? And there's so much knowledge out there to learn from. You need to read books. Like if you want to actually do this, and you want to start a company and you want to have more success, you need to be constantly trying to gain information, trying to be learning 24/7. Not trying, actually learning 24/7. I fucking hate when people say try. Try is a pre-excuse to the excuse that comes when you fail. If you say, I'm going to try to do something, then when you don't do it, it gets to easily become, oh, well, I never said I was going to do it for sure. I said I was going to try. It's your scapegoat. We're going to remove the scapegoats, right? If you want to have the most amount of success, you don't want to be making an excuse before even you get to the excuse. You want to eliminate that. You want to take accountability. If I don't hit it, it's because I didn't do the things required, really, no matter what the situation is. So second, sales. Learn. Read Grant Cardone books. I know that's heavy sales, but learn everything you can learn about sales. So anybody who writes on that or any books that are highly recommended about sales, do that. Listen to books about gaining leads and all the different things you can be doing. I think of some of Alex Hermosi's stuff. I think of all these things where it talks about building value before you even get there, with maybe content up front. There's so many thoughts, and I can't go into so much and not create all kinds of little videos so we're not just all over the place. And then finally, production, right? Sales, marketing, sales, and production. In production, you are going to be doing it yourself at first. And then hopefully quickly as you can, starting to have someone help you, and then another person help you, and then another person help you. Because if you're going to make progress and you're going to grow fast, you can't just be doing the work. You have to immediately get away from doing the work and start selling stuff. And the quicker you can get to selling stuff all day long, the faster your company will grow. That's really one of the keys, right? But so all this needs to keep developing. The marketing needs to get a little bit better, the sales needs to get a little bit better, and the production needs to get better. The second piece of this is those are your focuses. Your second part is to take action. And when I say action, I mean you've got to really hammer and take massive action. It doesn't mean, okay, I'm going to focus on sales, so I'm going to kick around some ideas I'm going to do. It means I'm going to do something, right? Like, okay, so if I can't afford anything and I don't have anything to give, I'm just going to go knock on doors and I'm going to do it. Because if I don't have work and I'm going full time, that means any time where there's nothing going on, I should be selling, I should be knocking on doors, I should be meeting people. There's something you can do that's purely sweat equity, that's not money. Don't be lazy and be like, hey, I can't afford marketing, so I'm not going to market. You can do something. The more money you have, the more you can dump into marketing. If you don't have a lot of money, then you're going to have to do some of these other options. So if you don't have work, You must take action. Don't let there be excuses. I made some excuses last year, and I'm holding myself massively accountable for I don't like the excuses I made, and I don't like that I should have done some stuff different. Now I'm looking back on that, and I can learn from that. That's what I want you to do. Every once in a while, you won't do the right thing, right? You'll make bad decisions. You won't do as much as you could do. And you can look back on that, and as long as you're not just making excuses for it, right? You can look back on that and be like, okay, that's where I screwed up, and I'm gonna learn from that. I'm gonna get even better. So business is a lifelong learning process. If you wanna be good, you've gotta be committed to learning forever. You gotta be a lifelong learner. Every little thing, everything you see is an opportunity to learn. So now we're talking about the action part though, right? So fill your time with sales if you don't have work. Once you start having or with knocking and meeting people. Now when it comes to sales, you need to take aggressive action on things like following up, making sure you are punching out estimates fast. You're gonna beat people just by figuring out how to systematize what you do and be fast with it. And just the speed of your approach, the speed of your phone call answer, the speed of your callback, the speed of your follow-up is going to allow you to win more work. Finally, production. As you start doing this stuff, and we're kind of mudding this all together. It sounded like those were the focuses, and I talk about them a little bit. Now I'm talking about how you got to really take action on those focuses. Production, something as simple as I'm starting this business and I need to really focus on, okay, it's taking me that long to do this. How do I do it faster? How do I do it faster? How do I do it faster? Take massive action on getting stuff done. Go out there and really work your ass off when you're getting rolling. One, to prove to yourself that I can really put in some time. Two, to prove to whoever you bring on, you'll do whatever it takes, right? That's been a thing for me. Like I'll get involved with some nasty job that we've got to do and work really hard just to show that I don't care at all. And I think that that's really important when you're building a team, for your team to see that like there's nothing special about me. I'm not going to avoid any work because I don't really, I would not ask you to do something that I wouldn't do. So first you must focus on these three sections. Secondly, you must actually take action on these sections. You must press the marketing. You must press the sales. You must press the production. And then when you bring people on, you must press all of that and them. After that, finally, ideally, somebody's came on and somebody's helping you. Or even in the beginning, even if somebody hasn't came on and helped you, you can do this, but streamlining all of these processes. It's not about this like perfect system that somebody's got, you're gonna plug and play, but it's like learn from other companies that are doing exactly what you're doing. Model off of them, right? I talk about a CRM being in place and all the email marketing, all these things. We save so much time with having a CRM that tracks stuff, that automatically bills stuff, that allows us to charge all these cards of every client really quickly. It's just quick. So look for all the ways to streamline marketing, to streamline your sales. Sales, I see a lot of CRM usage and a lot of automated follow-up along with your follow-up, and the sales process of building out templates for your estimates so you can be super fast. You should be able to do a big sized estimate, a really good sized estimate, really fast, just by having yourself prepared, having templates in place to where you can just plug in the information and boom, that person's got an estimate. My goal, if I'm going to give a project estimate, is to walk off that property with them already knowing what it's going to cost, or a very close approximate of what it's already going to cost. That's the goal I have, so I can know as much about that person, know as much about how much they want to spend before I even walk away, because I don't want to walk away, send a huge quote, and still, because no matter what you do, you can try to find out budget, and you can find out budget, but it's so easy to find out budget when you say, okay, cool, this is going to be approximately $15,000 to maybe $20,000. Are you wanting to spend over that? Like you still have more on your budget, or you want to just keep it right there? And if someone's like, well, I've never even wanted to spend this, it allows you to kind of understand where you're at. But so templates are huge. They allow you to go faster. And then as you gain knowledge about the industry, you're gonna have a close idea of like, I about know what this is gonna cost to do something like this. That's not an exact, that's more of a range, but you've got an understanding. Now, finally, the production. When I say streamline, this whole piece can be streamlined, right? We've implemented so many pieces. Something in sales that streamlines production is videos up front that go into something like a Google Drive or a Dropbox, so then that can be shared with the team at the end, so you have the results that you were setting out to have in the beginning anyway. Purchase orders, plans, everything. The more planning that you can involve in the systematic approach to how you do things, the better the pieces will kind of fall together. And something even on our leader meeting we talked about today, something that we still struggle with, that we're always needing to make better, is what if we go sell the project, we take the original video and we make some notes about changes, but more stuff changes and it's not 100% answered. How do we get more people to have that information so the flow of answers doesn't take so long and isn't just hinging on one person? So that's a thing for even where we're at now. We're doing over 5 million between the companies together, and that's still the next piece. So all of this is your 3 focuses, and it's your 3 focuses to take action on and streamline forever. You do these, you focus on these, you make them better and better and better and better and better and better, and you just get the wheels spinning faster and faster and more efficiently. It kind of is funny because it's like swimming. Not everyone is a swimmer. I was never a swimmer, and I have just really taken this on in the last year and a half. And it's so funny that you don't really end up trying much harder. You just get more streamlined in the water. You get more efficient in the water. People that are moving really, really fast in the water aren't killing themselves necessarily to move really fast. They just have great style. They have great form. They have great streamline. And that's the same thing that happens in your business. You don't really kill yourself more and more and more and more. You just add more people on. You keep that wheel. You get that machine moving more and more efficiently. And it's not necessarily having a ton more output and exertion. It is just becoming more and more efficient with all those processes you get in place. So that's why you must take action, all of these things, and then streamline. And it's really like, if you watch this video and you're like, damn, that seems simple and that doesn't seem like great advice, it's because it is simple and it is straightforward. And yes, there are a million other things like watching your finances and hiring and firing and all those, but all these things fall into buckets, right? Like the production is really the numbers too. Even the sales is the numbers. Even the marketing is everything has to do with numbers. Hiring people has to do with any of the production, any of these pieces. Anything across the board touches all of this. So all of these big containers hold all these other little pieces that will help you grow your company. And back to what I said, if you focus on this stuff, if you take massive action on it, you can expect to have 6 figures in the first year of business. I don't see how that's a huge, crazy thing if you're really going to give it your all. And your all is not, I tried for 30 minutes a day. Your all is, I worked my guts out. I did 9, 10, 12 hours a day. I really made this my focus and my obsession for some amount of time. I'm not saying there shouldn't be some level of balance, but this should really be my all-in focus to get this thing off the ground. Because I always equate it to like a plane taking off, right? You gotta get the plane off the ground before there's catastrophe. And then once it's up there, you gotta get it climbing to get into the jet stream so it can fly. And you've only got so much time to do those things. Same in business. Hope that helps you. Wish you the best success in starting your business.